Hey guys, I'm ChristopherJMUA and welcome back to my channel. Today we are balling on a budget with the Profusion Glamourland makeup portfolio. We've got tons of eyeshadow options, some blush, some contour, some highlighters, and we're gonna see if we can make a beautiful look using just this little folio. I also grabbed the Prime and Set bundle with an eyeshadow primer and a setting spray. So if you wanna check out this super affordable folio along with the Prime and Set kit and see if Profusion is really bringing us high quality cosmetics at an affordable price, then stay exactly where you are. Keep doing exactly what you're doing and keep on watching. So we all know and love the holiday season. Well, I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for myself and say that I love it. And you guys did love the previous videos where we opened up Walmart beauty boxes, full kits containing all kinds of makeup like eyeshadows, blushes, highlighters. So I figured why not jump into it again this year. I picked these up from Walgreens. This was 20 bucks. And when you open up the little button clasp, we are greeted by a bunch of different eyeshadow shades, 6 different blushes, I think 4 bronzer contours, 8 highlighters, 3 glitters, and 3 metallic shades. I'm excited to see if we can turn it into something. I have used, I think, 1 Profusion palette and I really enjoyed it. It worked phenomenally. It did exactly what it needed to do. It wasn't the softest or most luxurious shadows I used, but they worked. They got the job done. I do have cream products on already, so my foundation and concealer are applied and set with powder. I haven't sprayed my face with setting spray yet, so I've still got my smooth powdery base to put powder on. Now I thought there was a bronzer in here, but now that I'm really looking, I think they're all just contours. It's light sculpt, tan sculpt, warm sculpt, and deep sculpt. So I'm going to use the warm sculpt and hope that I can make it kind of look like a bronzer a little bit. I'm sure with it being warm toned that it will at least come close to appearing like a bronzer, and I can live with that. Let's just hope that everything blends and works seamlessly so I don't have to hate the fact that I bought a $20 all-in-one palette. I want it to be so amazing. I'm trying to build a really good holiday gift guide, but I want to try the stuff that I'm recommending to make sure that it's actually going to be good. So why not just try it with you guys and you can see in the process if it's good or not. So just like normal, I start at my temples. It sort of gives me a way to kind of gauge if the color's going to work or not, and I think so far it's going to. Okay, you know what? I stand very much so corrected. I said I didn't think there was a bronzer in here. There definitely is a bronzer in here, at least for light to light medium skin. Okay, nice and perfectly bronzed. I'm actually quite surprised. This is better than I thought already. But now let's contour. I don't think the light sculpt is gonna do too much for me unless I was doing a nose contour with it, which I just used the warm sculpt for that instead. So I'm gonna try the tan sculpt and see if I can add just a little bit more definition to the jawline and the cheekbones. Just kind of make my edges a little sharper. And we'll get to see if the contour blends in to the bronzer. Okay, that light shade might actually have been a better choice. So I'm gonna take the light one and the tan one, mix them together, and try to blend. You can literally color me impressed at this point. Literally, like I'm being colored, and I'm impressed. Now let's try out one of these blushes, because the bronzer and contour worked phenomenally. I went ahead and put some translucent powder on the lower portion of my jawbone for reverse highlighting, reverse contouring. Now let's decide on one of these blushes. Since I have no clue what the eye look is gonna be, I'm probably just gonna pick something neutral, glam, wearable, just so we can really test out the blendability of the shadows. So maybe we'll pick something a little more on the neutral side. So let's take the Bliss shade here probably, and the Twist shade here. Just combine the two and see if they'll make some pretty little nude flush blush. The Fantasia Blush in the center here, this is like a highlighter. It is very intense. It's really reminiscent of the NARS Orgasm blush because it kind of has sort of a gold flip to it. And it's that soft, rosy, dusty kind of pink, just like Orgasm is, but it's a lot more powdery, it's a lot more chunky. However, this entire palette is the cost of what one Orgasm blush is. you're definitely getting your money's worth out of it. You can't really compare them apples for apples. It's kind of got to be more of an apples and oranges kind of comparison. So now Bliss and Twist. That's just as beautiful too. You guys always tell me how much you love Profusion and how well all of their products work for you, but I still have yet to really dive into all of the Profusion products, but using this just makes me want to. So thank you guys for the really great recommendations all the time. Okay, well, blush is applied and it was also literally perfect, so I'm just gonna dust away the excess powder that's on my jaw, and then we're gonna set this face with some of this matte setting spray, which has me a little bit worried because I'm so afraid it's gonna just leave me dry and flaky looking. But we're gonna find out together, okay? I hope it's a soft sprayer. Oh my gosh, that was not a soft sprayer. Ah, it is a jet! The nozzle didn't squirt any like hardcore droplets or anything like that, so I don't have any missing patches of makeup or anything. So it did okay. Now I'll just let it dry a little bit and see if it makes me flaky and really dry and cakey looking or not. But until then, we're gonna go ahead and add some luminosity to the skin before it dries using a highlighter. So we've got plenty of options. We've got like 8 different options here. I feel like this Gleam shade is kind of calling my name. She looks pretty cute and just about my skin tone. Oh, she's a soft, subtle highlighter. Okay, I see her. She's more of a glow from within highlighter rather than a blind you on the moon kind of highlight. The highlighter has a ton of kickback in the pan, so be careful. See what I mean though? She's just kind of soft, just barely there. It's cute. I like something a little more potent, a little more out there, but it is pretty. Now since I'm me, I'm gonna take a little bit of the Lit shade, that one, and put that right on the highest point of the cheekbones because I want to see if I can turn this into glow from the outside instead of glow from within. Oh, and that was the highlighter to do it with. Okay, that is what I'm talking about. Profusion is just killing it so far because this looks so good to me. The contour looks a little ashy, but that's easily avoidable. Just build it up slowly and use something warm to offset the coolness if it becomes too cool. But I'm okay with it. It's not terrible. Now it's time to try out the eye primer and the eyeshadows. So let's go ahead and put the eye primer on. It's called No Budge eyeshadow primer. I don't know if it's tinted or completely clear or slightly opaque. Oh, weird. It had an oil come out first and then some chunky primer. Let me take that off. Oh, speaking of taking makeup off, do you guys love my cat dog Nickelodeon makeup eraser? If you guys didn't know, I now am an affiliate with Makeup Eraser. I'll leave my link down below. If you guys want to order anything from Makeup Eraser and you want to support me at the same time, it would mean the world to me if you did, but no big deal if not. But they are so cute. The 7-day Nickelodeon set has Ren and Stimpy, we've got the Rugrats, we've got Rocko's Modern Life, Rocket Power, the Wild Thornberries, and Hey Arnold. Totes adorbs. They've also got a promo running right now on the website that if you order any full-size makeup eraser, you get the makeup eraser sweater with it. Isn't that the most adorable thing you have ever seen? And it's a makeup eraser still, so just get it wet and you can use it to remove makeup. I digress. The eye primer is now taken off. It looks like it may be a little bit tinted, but I don't know how solid that's gonna be. Let's find out. Okay, not tinted at all. This is definitely more of one of those kind of, I wanna say like gooey eyeshadow primers where it starts out really thick feeling, almost like a balm. And usually this type of eyeshadow primer dries down to like a velvety matte, which actually really helps eyeshadows blend out and makes them look really, really soft and natural looking, if it is the kind that I think it's gonna be. Now let's see if we can pull off an easy 1-2 glam, or at least something close to it. I'm gonna begin by using this shade right here called Trust. I can already say I'm getting really good blendability. The pigment is sticking super easily and it's just blending out really softly and just, it's working like a dream, like a $20 dream. I can feel a little bit of tack before I go in with the pigment, but as soon as I get it set down, it's just matte, set, soft, and blendable. Now let's see what kind of blendability we get. I'm gonna use the shade Fudge right here. And this shade is gonna go right in the crease. And I'm gonna try to deepen up Trust with Fudge. Five seconds. That literally took me 5 seconds and it's perfect. Wow. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap those two shades around onto the lower lash line. That way we can just throw a shimmer on the lid and the brow bone. I'm just really excited to see how these metallics and shimmers are gonna perform because these mattes are just phenomenal. Now let's try a metallic. I'm gonna use the shade Shaker right here. And we're gonna see if that'll stick directly to the lid. No tacky base, no spraying the brush, no nothing. Oh, this is one of those really chunky shades that is not gonna pick up on a flat brush like this unless you go in and break the shadow. I bet you nothing's even gonna come off. Oh, well, something did. It's not really impactful very much, but there is a nice soft little glow. It is definitely reflecting light. It is definitely metallic. But now I must try a finger application because I want it to look like that, if I can. Oh yeah. And for a little brow bone and inner corner highlight moment, we're gonna use the shade Believe up here in the top left corner. Looks like it's the lightest shimmer in the palette, and it doesn't look very chunky. It looks more like a true metallic rather than like a foiled shade. So it should be a very smooth looking shadow. This is a $65 eye look using a $20 palette for face and eyes. This is insane. I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera, throw some eyeliner in my waterline, get some mascara on my lashes, and probably a gloss on the lips, and be right back with the finished look. And I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts on this Profusion Glamourland Folio and the Prime Bundle. So I'll be right back. Here you have it, the Profusion Glamourland palette look. So what do you guys think of it? In case you couldn't tell already, I am totally obsessed. To get 51 shadows, 8 shimmer highlights, 6 blushes, 4 bronzer / contours, and 3 pressed glitters for $20, that is insane. You know, when you get into prestige brands, it's $20 per individual item. You're lucky if you can even pay below $30. So based on the results that I got, I would hands down 10 out of 10 recommend this as a holiday gift guide item. This is the perfect full face gift, plus it's super cute on the outside as well. If I was still in school and I wore makeup in school, I could see this being a perfect addition into my backpack, fitting with the rest of my books, so that whenever I need to get ready or touch something up, I have it readily available right there. And then if we look at the Prime and Set duo, the setting spray, I don't really know that this did anything specific. I mean, the finish of my foundation is pretty much what the finish of the foundation normally is. It's the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, which is kind of like a satin matte sort of finish, and that's pretty much what I have right now. So I don't know if this really changed anything, but it did set the makeup, and I guess that was the main goal. But the Profusion No Budge eyeshadow primer, this stuff is great. It kept all the shadows true to tone, so what was in the pan came out on my eye. but it also made the blendability just beautiful. The two matte shades that I used in the crease and the lower lash line just blended together like a dream. The blush went on beautifully, the bronzer went on beautifully, the highlighter is gorgeous, both of them, and the contour, despite being just a little bit too gray on just the outer portion where I built it up the most, also worked really well. So I'm pleasantly surprised with this $20 palette and this $10 Prime and Set bundle. I think it's a great gift. I'm glad that I got it for myself. And I hope you guys got something out of the review of it. And if you haven't tried Profusion yet, I hope this helps you give it a shot. Now, if you have tried Profusion, have you tried this palette yet? Because if you have, I want to know your thoughts. I want to know if you guys use different shades than what I use. Did they work for you? Did they work just as seamlessly, or did you have troubles out of them? Or just Profusion in general. Have you tried a lot of it, and are there things that you would steer clear from in the future? Or is just everything you've tried beyond your expectations? Let me know down in the comments. You guys know that I always love to hang out down there with you and just chit chat. You're my friend, so I like hanging out. If you enjoyed this video and the review of this palette, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up just to let me know you did. Also, if you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing out of this video, if you gain nothing out of any of my videos, then please at least gain this. And that is to always remember and never forget that you are absolutely beautiful. And I love you guys. Bye.